burette. Burette is a long glass tube which has a control over here. It has a knob here either to open or close, just like a tap. Understand? So this is called a burette which has gradings on it. It has gradings. These gradings, each one point is 1 ml. Each point is 1 ml. So this is called a burette and this is known as a burette stand. Right? I here have a conical flask. This is known as a conical flask. Conical flask is also used to handle the chemicals. Now into this conical flask, I will take some sodium hydroxide solution. Few flakes of sodium hydroxide I will drop into this. Right? I have dropped a few flakes of sodium hydroxide. Just watch how it is. It is a solid actually, and I am going to make a solution out of it. I am adding little water and I will stir it. So now this becomes a concentrated solution of the base. What do we mean by concentrated solution? Any solution will be made up of water, right? If the water content is more in the solution, we call it a dilute solution. And if the water content is less in the solution, then we call it as a concentrated solution. It is just like children milk. You might have seen milk added with water. Milk which directly comes from the cow will be a concentrated milk, thick milk. Example, Good Life. The Good Life milk is a thick milk, concentrated milk. But the milk that we get from the dairy, Nandini milk or whatever could be, it will be diluted. Do you understand? So that is the difference between concentrated and diluted. As I am shaking this, you can see that it is dissolving. The flakes are dissolving in the water, and I told you, from down you check it. And I told you yesterday or day before yesterday, I told you that a base which dissolves in water is known as an alkali. Do you remember? Alkali is a substance or a base which dissolves in water. So sodium hydroxide is an example for an alkali. Right children? Now let us start. This is phenolphthalein solution and you can see it is colorless. It is totally colorless. The moment I add 1 drop of phenolphthalein into the conical flask, see the color change. Can you see the change in the color? It has now changed into pink. That means phenolphthalein indicator helps us to identify the solution. If the solution is a base, phenolphthalein turns the base into pink color. It depends upon the concentration of the solution. If the concentration of the solution is more, phenolphthalein added should also be more, such that it retains the color. I will have to add, see, it is disappearing. The color is disappearing slowly. Now again I will add 1 more drop. Now again the color changes. So I will add this phenolphthalein solution until the color retains, until the color stays in the solution. Okay. Now I have prepared the base solution. Now I have to prepare I have to take up the acid into this. I am going to add acid into the burette such that I will use a pipette. I showed you I will have to use the pipette to draw the acid. So using this is hydrochloric acid. I will take out the burette and I will check whether the knob is closely tight so that the liquid I pour here should not come out from here. So I am using the pipette. I will keep the burette here. The moment I draw, I will leave it into this. The liquid flows down When I keep it there, you can see how much acid I have drawn. How many ml of acids I have drawn? We can draw it through the mouth also, children. Actually we are supposed to draw this through the mouth. Okay, I'll just try it out. Okay, I think I have enough of the acid here now. You can see the acid. It's going down. It's loose. Acid base maybe. Cloth is there. Better. Cloth. Okay. I'll use it again. This is what we call experiments in science, children. Such things will happen. So that is why we say science is experimental always. Little more. Just imagine if this was a live class for you, in the sense I mean to say, if you were coming to the school without the corona or COVID situations, children, how much you would have enjoyed. You just think about it. We would have done many more experiments. And by the way, let me tell you, these videos will now be available in the YouTube. So I think everybody has already subscribed. Please, those who have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to our RRES 2020 YouTube channel and you can watch the videos there. Understand? So I have the burette now. The liquid is still here. Acid is there till there. And now I am now fixing it to the burette stand. I have, right? So I will turn, I will keep it here. Just keep observing, children. At a point of time, the color of the phenolphthalein changes. It suddenly disappears and becomes colorless. I will start dropping the acid slowly, drop by drop. See here, one single drop of acid will fall down. See there. Can you see? Acid is falling down and I am now just shaking just keep observing the conical flask only. See the pink color. At one point, it suddenly becomes colorless. And that is the point when the neutralization reaction has taken place. You all know that neutralization is addition of either an acid or a base to an acid or a base. The reaction between an acid and a base is known as neutralization. This forms salt along with water. See the color. Keep looking, keep observing the color change. Drop by drop I am dropping acid. Pink color has to disappear. Wait for the climax. At one point, suddenly the pink color disappears. Acid is getting over. That means the base is very, very concentrated. I will fill it up again with acid, or I will show it through the pipette itself. See how dark the color is becoming now. Keep observing. I'll use the pipette again. Okay. Now see this color, how dark it is. See the color, how dark it is. Just keep observing, children. You can see that the upper surface of the conical flask is completely fumed. There are fumes over there. That means the acid. I am now adding acid again. I'm trying. Just observe. See this. Did you see? Immediately the color is changed here. We don't have the pink color at all. How much ever I shake this, there is no color. Did I do any magic? Absolutely. Science is magic, children. You saw right in front of your eyes. Right in front of your eyes, the liquid which was completely pink in color has now become totally colorless. It is looking like water. Now can I explain you that this is the neutralization reaction. What chemicals did we use here, children? We used sodium hydroxide first and then I added hydrochloric acid to it. So the reaction between sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid is an example for neutralization reaction. What are the products formed here? I want you all to write it down. I want you all to write it down. I'll just make a note of it on the board. What reaction took place now? I used sodium hydroxide solution and I added hydrochloric acid to it. Now this gave the products as sodium chloride NaCl liberating or releasing water. Children, just observe here. When I make this into two parts, I told you yesterday every compound has one cation and the other one will be anion, right? Now the first one will always be cation, the second one will always be anion. In the same way, hydrogen is the cation, chlorine is the anion. So what happens? This cation combines with the anion of the second compound and the cation of the second compound will combine with the anion of the first compound. That is what we got, sodium chloride, NaCl. H and OH, H2O, water. This is neutralization reaction. A reaction between a base and an acid to form salt and water is known as neutralization reaction. Hope everybody understood this. Neutralization reaction results in the formation of salt and water. Please remember this. And I told you bases are made up of hydroxides. OH is the hydroxide. OH compound is known as hydroxide compound. And H compound, this is hydrogen ions. If a compound has hydrogen ions, we call that compound as acids. If a compound has OH ions, such compounds are known as bases. I'll give you some examples. See, HCl is an acid. It has only hydrogen, right? No OH there. HNO3 is an acid. It has only hydrogen. No OH there. Bases, let us see. CaOH taken twice. See, there is OH. No hydrogen separate. NaOH. OH is there. No hydrogen separate. So, this is how you identify acids and bases. If a compound consists of hydrogen ions, then we call it as an acid. If a compound consists of hydroxide ions, then we call it as bases. Did you all understand what is the difference between acids and bases? Clear, children? Okay. So then another experiment we will try out. Over? Okay. So then I will continue for the next class, children. Hope you have all enjoyed the practical session. Right? As I told you, videos are available. This video will be available in the YouTube channel also. You will have to check it out, or whatever these things you go through, children. Based on the experiments today, I will send you homework questions. Homework questions will be sent based on the experiments what I did today. Practical session, what we have seen today, questions will be sent to you based on that. Did everybody understand?